Hi, this is John McDermott, and today I'd like to talk to you about checking passwords to see whether they've been exposed in a password breach. Now, for years, I, and just about everybody I know, when they teach or talk about cybersecurity, has said that when users create or change their passwords, those passwords should be checked against a dictionary of some kind. And for years, we've used dictionaries for various languages and combined those. And we've also recommended using dictionaries of discovered passwords, sometimes by law enforcement or other sources. Well, a website has created a whole mess of passwords that have been exposed through large security breaches. And these passwords are now available in a way that you can test a password against that database. Now, the website is haveibeenowned.com. That's HAVEIBEENPWNED.com. And that website has 4 ways that you can check a password against it. You could just type it into a window on their website. Of course, that means that password's being sent in the clear over the internet, so don't use some password that you use in real life. If you want to try a real life password, there are 3 other ways to do it. One is to create an SHA-1 hash of that password and type that in the window. And their site is smart enough to say, oh look, this user has typed in an SHA-1 hash, so I'll compare it to the hashes of the passwords. Another thing you can do is download their database and use it on your computer with your password changing or setting software. I recommend that. However, I've done a quick and dirty piece of software for the 4th way to test, and that is through the API on their site. Now, what I can do is type in the window you see there, a password, and it will hash that password and send it over the web to see whether or not that password has been exposed in a breach. Now, my entry window on this tool actually shows you the password. And it does that so we can really see what I've typed in and make sure I haven't made any mistakes. However, with any kind of Windows tool like this, you can also say, show stars or plus signs or dots or whatever makes you feel good. All right, so let's try a password. Here's a simple one. Coffee. Do we reckon that one's been used? I would think so. Yep, that's in the list. But if I add some garbage characters, I doubt that one's in the list. That one was not found in the list, so it's a good password. Now, well, it's good in the fact that nobody's used it before. We can go to their website with a click on this button. And here we can enter an email address or username to see if it's been attacked or exposed. And we can also, in a different window, enter a password to see if it's been exposed. Now, why is this important to know whether or not a password has been exposed? Well, the bad guys know what's been exposed, and so they can try those passwords against your system, whether it's a server, a computer, or a website, to see whether or not someone has actually used that password. So, to reduce the probability of that attack succeeding, we want to make sure that when passwords are set or changed, none of them are in those databases.